Hi there and welcome to another episode of Money Moves with Debt Rescue, the channel where we help you move your money in the right direction. This week we're going to be talking a bit more in depth about budgeting. In the past we've obviously mentioned the value of a budget, but sometimes it's necessary to go down into the detail to look, what does a budget look like, what does it contain, and what is it worth, what do I do with that information? So the reality is, a budget might seem like something really boring or sometimes even something negative with the information it might contain, but a budget is probably the most powerful tool and item that you can have to empower you to make changes, achieve those goals that you set yourself, and just find opportunities of perhaps saving some money that you didn't realize right now you might be wasting. So in the budget template that we're making available to you, or anyone that you feel like setting up for yourself, it's important that we differentiate between a couple of very important items here. And when we do a budget, that we understand that a budget is not a static document. It's something that obviously we work towards and where we would like to be, but also that sometimes life is a little bit different to what we thought it was, but it gives us the opportunities in the next one to make corrections according to what we saw from the previous ones. So obviously a very important part of this budget is looking at our expenses. Our expenses we can split up between day-to-day and recurring expenses. Day-to-day items, as you can see from our budget template that we've set out here, could be anything like your cell phone, your clothing and shoes that you might be buying, groceries, your personal care, entertainment, items you might be spending in your home and garden or on your pets, and of course things like transport. These are things that could also generally, some of them would be flexible and some of them could be set. Recurring expenses are things that are there virtually every month. So this would be something that you have to pay every single month. So here you would find your bank charges, your rent, your water and lights, insurances, and the like. Exceptions could be items that occur ad hoc and that maybe you didn't plan for, but they happen once every couple of months and you will throw them into your exception area. And in your invest, save and repay area is where you would, for example, have your items that in the long term are considered to be investments, meaning that they keep at least a part of their value or potentially are even growing. So here in your investment section, it would be money that you are saving away, home loan repayments obviously, and vehicle repayments, and even looking perhaps at education if it's for yourself or your child for future growth in your income there. And then of course we have the income section. This is generally quite stable depending on what kind of income you earn, but if you're a salaried worker, most likely it will be the same almost every single month. So you'll have your salary there, you might have a rental income if you have a property that you're getting an income from, or maybe you're renting out a room, and other income would be if you maybe have a sideline income where you might have photography if you're an artist, or anything that you do that could supplement your income. But obviously remembering when it comes to these kind of incomes that you do factor in if it's something you can depend on, or if you need to adjust it in a month where perhaps you might not be receiving this. Once you've done this budget and you've looked at, for example, your bank statement to see where you have expenses that you might have forgotten about that might not be listed here, that you make sure that they're covered in here as well. And at the end of the month, you track what you budgeted versus what you ended up actually spending. You can start seeing where your opportunities are for change, whether it be in your behavior or in your actual budget, where you might have under or overestimated what your expense could potentially be, and making those adjustments for the next month's budget. We hope that this video has been of use and interest to you, and maybe makes you a little bit more confident in how you set up a budget, what the purpose is, and how you measure where you are in terms of what you'd like to achieve financially. Thank you for joining us in this week's episode of Money Moves with Debt Rescue. Remember that there is a downloadable budget in the links attached to this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to our channel, and leave us any comments or any recommendations of things and items you'd like us to discuss in the future.